Hey everyone, this is Andy from GizChina, and today we're going to take a look at the brand new Vivo Xshot. This phone has only just gone on sale in China, so let's take a look first by opening the box and see what we've got inside. So the first thing we get is a congratulations or greetings card from Vivo, and underneath that the Vivo Xshot phone itself. It's a 5.2-inch screen, so a lot smaller than the Xplay 3S, and there's also this great 13 megapixel camera on the rear. Also in the box, we have a few accessories, including a standard USB mains charger. Now, if you're going to buy this and use it in Europe, you're going to need an adapter. We also get a data cable for transferring files and also charging the Xshot. And we also get a pair of really fantastic Vivo Xplay earphones. Now, these are really, really great, especially with the Vivo's built-in hi-fi sound. In this small package, we get a SIM tray removal tool. There's also a few instruction booklets here and a warranty card, and even an included plastic case. So even after a few months of use, the rear of the Xshot is still going to look great. This small included cord means you can connect it to a keyring or something, and the Xshot also comes with a screen protector film already applied. The single SIM tray on the Xshot also means it has one SIM card slot, but it does have room for a 128GB SD card, meaning that you can take lots of photos and 4K video. Compared to other flagship phones of the day, the Xshot is quite small with a 5.2-inch display. As you can see here, between the 5.1-inch Meizu and the 5.5-inch OnePlus One, it's quite a compact device and a lot smaller than the 6-inch Vivo Xplay 3S. So let's have a good look around this nice compact phone. On the front we have a 5.2-inch 1920 by 1080 display. Above that we have an 8 megapixel camera with an f2.4 aperture, and there's even an LED flash there for low light selfies. Along the chin we've got capacitive buttons for navigating through the Android 4.3 OS, and it's really easy to handle. You can easily reach from one side of the screen to the other with your thumb, and I think even one-handed typing wouldn't be an issue with this phone. Turning the phone around and we get a good look at the camera-centric features of the Xshot, which include a rear 13 megapixel f1.8 aperture Sony rear camera and dual LED dual tone flash, which make it perfect for low light photographs. At the top of the phone you can see we have this aluminium band, and that wraps completely around the phone, and that's pierced right in the center with a 3.5mm headphone jack. Continuing our tour around the edge of the phone, we come across the SIM card tray, and this has space for a single SIM card and also room for a 128GB SD card. The aluminium band continues around the phone, and it feels really solid and gives the phone a real classy finish and classy look. At the base we have a USB data connector, so we can charge the phone up and also transfer photos, music and other files. Finally, on the right hand side we have a physical shutter button for the cameras, a power button and volume rocker. The physical shutter button is in the perfect place for your index finger. Vivo have loaded the Xshot with FunTouch OS, which is based on Android 4.3. Now this is a very customizable ROM. Even from the lock screen we have options to customize the look and the feel just how we want. Here I'm going through a few of the preset options for that small icon, but if you don't like the preset ones, we can change it to our own. We can write our own motto, change the color, change the name, and we can even take a photo using the front-facing camera, and you'll see the front LED flash activate. Photos captured quickly, cropped, saved, and now if we look at it, you can see that we have our own customized icon on the lock screen. Also from the lock screen we can swipe from the right and we open up the camera. And a swipe to the left will bring up the weather widget, and one more time will show us the music application controls. Unlocking the phone and simply swiping up, and you can see the home screen of FunTouch, which is just as customizable as the lock screen. You can change the message on the phone. You can see that I've written GizChina here. We've also got controls for the music. We can set the time. And we've got the icons for all the applications here. There is no app drawer in FunTouch. On the next page, we've got a weather widget, and we even have space where we can clear the RAM simply. Now, this being a Chinese phone and having a Chinese ROM installed, Google Play services aren't installed as standard. Instead, we have a Vivo store where we can download popular applications. The good news is that Vivo haven't removed Google completely from their ROM, and all you need to do is download the right APK and you can install the Google Play Store really easily. Okay, let's have a look at some other features of FunTouch. Swiping up from the bottom brings a task manager up, and we can also adjust the brightness here. We can flick through some of our more used toggles, and there's plenty here to choose from. And we can also close applications one by one, or we can clear them all just like this. Swiping down from the top brings up the notification bar, and again we can clear notifications, and we've got a shortcut straight to our settings menu. If you're planning to use the Xshot outside in the winter's day, we have a glove control which can be turned on or off. We've also got some other neat features which allow us to use the phone either hands-free or even with a voice control. Unfortunately, voice control is only in Chinese on the Xshot. We've also got themes, so we can really customize this ROM just how you like. So the Vivo Xshot is a camera-centric device, so let's take a look at the camera application. Turning it on will bring us to the rear 13-megapixel camera with f1.8 aperture, and we can use the on-screen button to take photos or the physical shutter button on the top right-hand corner. Pressing the button once will save one photo, while holding it down will allow us to take multiple shots at a time. The Xshot camera app has tons of different features, including HDR, which allows us to take HDR photos very quickly. There's also a sports mode, panorama mode. We also have a broken mode which adds real depth to photos, night mode, beauty mode, and we also have this mode called children mode, and basically what this does is plays a sound bite which attracts the attention of your subject, and when they turn around you can take a photo. And this works really good for children and even for pets too. The pose mode brings up templates which your friends can gather in, so you can take photos based on these designs. We have different templates depending on if it's a man or a woman, a couple or a group, and this is available in the rear camera or the front camera. The rear camera has this really bright LED flash, meaning you can take photos even on extremely dark locations. If we turn the camera around, we have the front camera, and this also has a bright LED flash, meaning selfies at night are now possible. HDR is also available, as is beauty mode and another pose mode. If you're not happy with the default settings, you can turn the camera to professional mode, which allows you to play with the different levels. And we can also take some really great video with the Xshot. We have options for 4K, 1080, 720, and 480p. Now let's take a look at some of the gesture controls built into FunTouch OS. If we go into the settings and go into the gesture controls, we've got a few different options here that we can select on or off. Now there are only preset options in here, and I hope in the future that FunTouch will get a few customizations that ColorOS enjoys. Here we can see drawing a C on the black screen will bring up the caller. We can swipe down, which will bring the camera. And there are a few other options. There's E for Internet Explorer, W for WeChat, and so on. As well as touch gestures, we also have some air gestures too. Some of the air gestures include you waving the phone around. In this case, the air gestures tend not to work so great, but it's not something that I would actually enjoy doing, waving my phone around to turn different applications on or off. In addition to waving your phone around, you can also wave your hand around. We can go from screen to screen by simply waving in front of the screen, And you can also answer the phone by picking it up and placing it near your ear, or muting the phone by simply turning it over. So I hope you enjoyed this hands-on review with the Vivo Xshot. It's a thoroughly fantastic phone. We will be writing up a full review on GizChina soon, so be sure to read that soon. Thanks for your time. Goodbye.